Hi guys, here I am again. Still trying to do that video every day thing. I was just on a job interview this morning for a job that will be very early in the morning and then over. Doesn't pay very well and I don't know if I got it. But if I did, hopefully it won't affect these very much because like I said, it starts very early in the morning, which means it ends late in the morning to early in the afternoon, which means I'll still have a good part of the day left where I can do these. Which is why it doesn't pay very well because it's not very many hours. But anyway, today I want to talk to you about our friend, the sandbag. These don't get used often enough. I feel like this one has rocks in it. These don't get used often enough, partly because people think they're an unnecessary expense or they're kind of heavy to carry. You know, you want it to be at least 15 or 20 pounds. Not everybody knows what they're useful for, what they're used for. They're a stabilizer, and they're important if you're going to work outside, and they're important if you're going to work in the wind, and they're important for the safety of yourself, your cast, your crew, your equipment. So you want to make sure you have them. They're important inside too, because if you've got a sandbag, I keep putting it down. If you've got a sandbag on the leg of, say, your tripod, or on the leg of your C-stand, or on the leg of your light stand, you always should have some kind of support on at least one or two of the legs of your light stand. Even inside, if somebody taps it or bumps into it and you know, by accident, even a light tap can throw a light stand off kilter and down it comes, it breaks, could hurt somebody, could put glass in the carpet, could damage somebody's house, and you could have avoided all that with a sandbag. If you find yourself traveling and you don't have sandbags, you forgot to bring them, or you didn't want to travel with something heavy, you should travel with them empty, get sand where you're going with. That's the whole thing. Some things you can use instead. Go to the store. If you go to Home Depot and stuff like that, you will find huge bags of sand. You want to try and make sure they're not going to leak if you're using them inside. But, you know, you can get a 50-pound bag, which is much heavier than you're going to need to weigh stuff down. Be careful you don't bend your tripod, C-stand, or light stand legs using this, but you can get a big heavy bag of sand for like $6 to $8, right? So to avoid knocking something over, $12 for 2 light stands is a lot better, right? A little bit more expensive, but if you're going to be able to use it later, you can get yourself some kitty litter. Nice 10, 15, 25-pound bag of kitty litter, dog food, cat food, anything heavy, anything with significant weight to it that will bend in the middle like that, okay? Your other uses for sandbags, they make a pretty good, quick, I don't have a camera here to use, camera stabilizer. But like if you're in the car and you're trying to shoot over the door of your car, if you lay this right on the door and then put the camera there, it'll sink in a little bit, right? And so it'll give it some stability when you're hitting the shutter. If it's a bigger camera, you can just rest the lens in there and have the body with you. So there's quite a few things this will stabilize. It comes in useful more times than you think. Be creative with how you use it, and your sandbags will pay for themselves over and over and over again. So again, as far as traveling with them, empty them into another bag if you want to reuse that sand when you get home if you're a conservationist and you don't want to waste stuff. Empty it into the backyard if you have erosion and you just want to put some sand out. And then wherever you're going, buy more sand, or we did in California, we bought kitty litter because then I just left it behind for my friend's cat. So we filled the sandbags with kitty litter. They were a little bit too light. I would prefer something heavier. The other thing you can do is if, you know, whoever you're staying with or visiting, just find out what they need. Do they need some gravel? Do they need some sand? Do they need some cover dirt? And fill them with that. Make them heavy enough to use, and then dump them before you go home because, you know, airlines travel for weight. If you're in a car or a truck, a little bit easier. I mean, you'll burn more gas traveling with the weight, but probably not a very significant amount. Depends on how far you're traveling and if you have 100 pounds worth of equipment or not. But sandbags, they're worth the time, they're worth the money, they're worth the effort. So use them when you can, use them when you remember to, and try to always remember to. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.